Lots of people are making this mistake right now investing into Pokemon. Ever since the whole perspective around Scarlet and Violet has changed, lots of people are hyped up about Scarlet and Violet. They're only buying Scarlet and Violet now. There's plenty of people I see online saying that, oh, I'm not buying any more Sword and Shield now. They're all too expensive. I'm just going to buy Scarlet and Violet. People that are doing that and saying that right now are making a big mistake mentally. Now, I'm not saying that Scarlet and Violet is a bad era to invest into. I'm not saying that at all. There's plenty of good sets. I have Temporal Forces. I have Twilight Masquerade. I think there's some good opportunities out there. I'm not saying that whatsoever. I'm not saying you shouldn't be buying, booster box cases for $600. That's a great deal. That's a good pickup. But I think those people that are making these quick changes from Sword and Shield and now all of a sudden to Scarlet and Violet, those are the people that are going to probably get burned because they're not thinking about other factors, which I want to talk about today. So, like I said, I'm not saying Scarlet and Violet, any of those booster boxes are bad pickups. But just seeing people saying, especially that now Sword and Shield booster boxes are way too expensive, they missed the train. Those are the people that are saying they're going to hold booster boxes for 5, 10, 20 years down the road. Now think about it. These Sword and Shield booster boxes are what, 2, 3 years old, and what, some of them are $200, $150, and those people are saying that's expensive and they missed the train now. $200 isn't anything. And if you really think $200 is expensive now, wait till 3 to 5 years from now and see these Sword and Shield boxes. Fusion Strike, Lost Origin, Evolving Skies. They're going to be way more expensive. And those are the people that have a very short-term mindset that I want to talk about today. That if you have that mindset and you're just kind of FOMOing into Scarlet and Violet now and just totally ignoring, Sword and Shield, or just only buying Scarlet and Violet, you could get hurt. So I want to first show you guys the prices of some of the good Sword and Shield sets, and then talk about Scarlet and Violet and why some people are really making a mistake right now investing just into Scarlet and Violet. So, first of all, why do I think Sword and Shield right now, all these boxes are still good pickups? For one, I think these prices are still very low. $200, even $300 depending on the set. It's still a very good pickup. Fusion Strike, Chilling Reign, I think anything around $200, $250, $300, that's still a very good pickup because I really see these boxes being $500 in about 3 to 5 years, 100%. Maybe even sooner than that. And secondly, Sword and Shield, besides, Silver Tempest, and I think just Silver Tempest. I don't know about Lost Origin or whatever, but Silver Tempest is a couple months away from being out of rotation because it released in November or something, so it's just around the corner. But other than that, all these Sword and Shield boxes are all out of print. They're out of rotation. They're 2 years plus. They're all out of print. So your risk of a reprint coming and messing up the prices of booster boxes is very low. And for those people out there that, are saying they're going to hold for 5, 10 years from now, are probably not going to do that. Lots of people, leave the hobby after a few years. Now, with this mindset, that it's possible that, you're going to sell stuff in maybe 2 years' time. Sword and Shield is such a lower risk than Scarlet and Violet. So I feel like just at the prices they're at now and all that taken into consideration, Sword and Shield, there's still plenty of good pickups. So I'm going to show you guys a few here. So Fusion Strike, this box right now is around $215. You can get it for around that range of $210 to $220. I think it's still a great pickup. Next, Silver Tempest. A lot of people saying this is mid. This set is about to be 2 years old. It's still available on the Pokemon Center website. Yes, I know, it's been there for a while. But still, you can get it at MSRP. It's still a very good pickup. Silver Tempest is definitely at the price point, especially as it's at right now, is a very low risk pickup in my opinion. Same thing with Lost Origin. You can get these right now. I actually bought some. You can get these for around the 190s on eBay. Lost Origin in the 190s right now is a very good pickup, so I picked up a few more boxes. Vivid Voltage. Now, this is another example I guess I wanted to give you guys to show you that just because, booster boxes, you can see this one's released in 2020. This is like 4 years old. Not all booster boxes, perform extremely well in the first 4 years. I mean, you can see with Vivid Voltage, Darkness Ablaze, these boxes are still 140, 150. So people that have this mindset that, oh, I'm going to hold for 5, 10 years plus, probably not going to happen. And they might end up selling in 2 years and they're going to get burned in Scarlet and Violet. But yeah, there's Vivid Voltage and then Chilling Reign here. Chilling Reign's around 205. This is kind of skewed. You can get them for around this price, but you're most likely going to see them for around 210 to 220. But going on to Scarlet and Violet and what I have to say about Scarlet and Violet. So like I said, with Sword and Shield, the reason why I feel like a lot of people are ignoring it and why it's still a good pickup and those people are really wrong saying that they missed the boat is that I feel like the prices for a lot of these boxes are still very low. And just the risk, if you're going to sell in a few years, if you have to back out of the hobby or whatever, it's a lot lower risk than Scarlet and Violet. So going on to Scarlet and Violet and what I have to say with these sets, I just want to show you guys the time frames of some of these sets and how they've been released and how much they've gained in value. And you got to think about it this way too. All the Scarlet and Violet sets have a chance of being reprinted. I'm not saying a reprint is going to happen, but it's a possibility. And people that are only buying Scarlet and Violet right now, and let's say they just got into Pokemon a few months ago, a year ago, these all have the chance for a reprint. And when a reprint comes, maybe 2 years down the road, let's say it happens, these are going to be the people that are probably going to sell out because, the whole, their whole time, having this product, and all of a sudden it's going to probably drop in price or whatever if it gets reprinted. These are going to be people that are going to get burned and leave the hobby and probably end up losing money or whatever because they didn't hold long enough. So Paldea Evolved, this is an example of a good set that has performed well. This released just over a year ago in June of 2023. And you can see now the box price is at $140. That's very good because if you could have gotten these at around $100, that's very good. Twilight Masquerade. Now this is the perfect example of what I feel like a lot of people have changed their mind over and now are obsessing over Scarlet and Violet, is seeing a set like Twilight Masquerade or even 151, seeing them just boost in price so much that they think that all these sets coming out now in Scarlet and Violet, that's going to happen. It's unlikely. You can't really predict this stuff, but it happened to Twilight Masquerade, and I think especially since then, people are really thinking this is going to happen to every set now. But this only released a few months ago, just 4 months ago in May, and now you can see the boxes are almost as expensive as Paldea Evolved. It's at $137. It went up very quickly, and a lot of people now are hyped around Scarlet and Violet. Now, I want to show you some examples of some boxes and some sets that have potential to 100% do well in the future, but just as it is right now, in the time frames, if you were to have bought this at release, you probably wouldn't have been doing that well. And this is the perfect example I want to give you guys for if you're pre-ordering Stellar Crown, if you're, Stellar Crown is just going to release in a few days from now. This stuff can happen. I'm not saying Stellar Crown could shoot up to the moon like Twilight Masquerade, but I'm saying there are sets in Scarlet and Violet that are not performing that well and that have been released for at least a year, and they're still around at the price that you could have gotten them from a year ago. And these are the people that have this mindset thinking they're going to hold for 4 to 5 years, 10 years, whatever. When they see no movement, they're probably going to sell. So you can see here, Scarlet and Violet base. I know it's not the best example because it is a base set, but the first set, it released about a year and a half ago. Now, I know you could have gotten these at on Black Friday for around $80, $85, but if you look at the market price, they're just $90, and it's a year and a half now, and it's only at $90. You literally gained what, $5, $10 after shipping, everything, fees. You're gonna end up losing money. So this is just a perfect example of a box in Scarlet and Violet right now that over time in a year and a half it has done nothing. And I know it's the base set, and I know it got it's a lot of supply and all that stuff. But just an example that this could happen to other sets in Scarlet and Violet. Next here, Paradox Rift. Paradox Rift is just under a year old. It's around 10 months old. Paradox Rift, it has been going up a little bit, but still they're very cheap. It's $102. This is pretty much what you could have gotten at release. And in 10 months, it has done absolutely nothing. Now, Paradox Rift in the future, I think will do well, but I'm just saying that in the short time frames, it's possible a lot of these Scarlet and Violet sets, they're just not going to do much. And the people that are FOMOing into Scarlet and Violet right now, that have this long-term mindset, they really don't, but they think they do, they're going to get burned because some of these sets don't do anything. And yeah, that's basically all I wanted to say, is that a lot of people that have moved from Sword and Shield saying it's over, they missed the boat, that it's too expensive and all this stuff, now moving just into Scarlet and Violet, they're not thinking about all these other possibilities. Reprints could happen. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't pick up now, but I'm just saying for the people that think they have a long-term mindset or whatever, that have just started, investing in Pokemon, it is possible if you leave this hobby in a year or two from now, it's possible prices won't move up and you'll lose money. So to say that you should only, or you don't think that, only Scarlet and Violet now is a good investment, I think is not really true. I think you should kind of be diversifying a little bit into Scarlet and Violet and Sword and Shield, because I really think Sword and Shield is a lot less risk because there is no really chance of reprints happening. And yeah, that's all I want to talk about, is that think about what you're doing. If you're really just putting money only into Scarlet and Violet now, just think about, am I really going to hold this for enough time? Because I just really feel like a lot of people's time frames are really messed up. People who just got into this hobby are saying they're going to hold this stuff forever, and it's probably just not going to happen. So that's all I wanted to say. That's the end of this video. Tell me in the comments, if you watched all the way to this video, end of this video, what you think about my thinking, because I just see a huge change so quickly with these people, and I really think that people need to think this through and just realize that not all Scarlet and Violet sets are going to shoot up in the moon like Twilight Masquerade and Paldea Evolved. There's other sets out there like Paradox Rift, the base set, that really haven't done anything. So that's the end of this video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you on the next one.